Hi, this is a response to Dredson regarding his video on fraudulent editing of interviews. Oh my goodness, words fail me on how bad this situation is. I knew that editors and reporters often put a spin on what they present. It's what sells newspapers, it's what gets viewers on TV, but I hadn't realised just how bad it can get. I think what actually shocked me more was the second interview with Mike Wallace and Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, because he gets presented all the time as the guy who's insane. He's the nutty leader of Iran who wants nuclear weapons to destroy Israel. That's what we're presented every single time. And to see that actually what he was wanting is what we've all been wanting as well. We all want peace in the Middle East. We want a democratic process. He's saying that too, but he gets edited to suggest that he denies the Holocaust and wants to wipe Israel out. Good grief, that's terrible. I hadn't realised just what extent that went to. Oh my goodness. And the part about the little boy who wants a gun because on their version he wants to participate in gang warfare, but actually he wants to be a policeman. Perhaps he didn't put his point of view across quite the way that an adult would, and maybe that's helped them edit it to make him sound bad, but that's because he's a kid. He doesn't know any better. That's how he looks at things. I have to admit, the first thing I thought when I saw the unedited version of that was, good grief, they're pandering to racists. That's just appalling. And that, I think, leads into your first question. Does this reinforce stereotypes? Unfortunately, yes, it does. And it's wrong that it does. Stereotypes are one of the worst things that people carry with them, and we should be challenging them at every stage. But clearly, the mainstream media has a lot more to gain in terms of keeping its advertisers and keeping its core demographics happy to be challenging stereotypes, and that's wrong. I'm glad you brought this up, because that is horrific what they've done. And you see, it's not the first time that I've seen it. We had the problem in the UK with the BBC edited footage of the Queen to make it look like she'd had an argument with a photographer and stormed out of a meeting. Whereas what actually happened is she was late for a meeting, rushed in, they edited that to the end, where she, after making a discussion that she'd had, sound heated. And the BBC, I admit, did apologise almost immediately when Buckingham Palace phoned them up and complained, and it's just unfortunate that the average person doesn't have that kind of sway. So they can't make the people who put out these appalling, fraudulent episodes onto air, they can't make them apologise, which is terrible. But thankfully, that's what defamation law is about. And if you can get hold of the original footage, which I don't know how easy that would be. I don't even know if most people know that they can get hold of footage or that it's been badly edited. But if you can, then you can make a court case and make these people apologise through the legal system. Although, of course, that requires money, and the average person doesn't have the time or the finances to fight what would effectively be a very expensive battle, because you can guarantee that these news outlets will bring out their top guns. I suppose as long as people like you are still putting out this information and making it obvious to people that the media is lying to them, then perhaps we'll get progress eventually. We can only hope. Anyway, thank you very much for putting out this video. It's certainly opened my eyes. I appreciate that, and I wish you all the best.